restricted paranormal territory.
My crew of paramedics and I were called on to the scene of the home on Lafayette Lane. The police were called by the home owner. She didn't live at the home but was renting it out. She rented to a young man who, she said, over time had become withdrawn and appeared to become mentally ill. He complained that the house was haunted and the ghosts were trying to take over his body. She tried to contact the young man at the residence on Lafayette after the rent was a week late, and she had not heard from him. She called several times, and when he failed to answer, she drove to the home. She found his car in front of the home, but no one would answer the door. She also said there was a strong smell coming from the home. She called the police, fearing he was inside and had hurt himself. We arrived at the scene. My team of paramedics, which included me, and my crew of 2, James and Sarah. We were joined by 2 police officers. The police were able to break the door in. We were told to wait outside for the word that everything was clear. The officers quickly found the house had no power, and they had to search the home with the spotlight. The police searched the house top to bottom. They found the young man had hung himself in the basement. He had left a note on the basement floor, barely readable. All it said was, "They have me." There were no other people in the home. The police explained the situation to us, and explained that they searched the home and found no one else. The police refused to re-enter the home after their investigation. I can only assume it was because of the smell and horrible feeling you got when you entered the home. Both officers went back to their cars to file reports and waited for us to get the body so they could close up the home. It was our job to cut the rope and get the body down and transport the body for autopsy and identifying. I entered the home with my paramedic team, James and Sarah. We reached the basement level, and James had set the ladder to take the pulse to confirm death and begin to cut the rope. He took the pulse and confirmed the young man was dead. It really wasn't necessary since we could smell the decay. As he adjusted the ladder position, he claims he saw the eyes of the young man open, turn to look at him, and then close. James explained to us he needed to leave and that he would not enter that home again. I was angry by his lack of cooperation and refused to believe what he thought he saw. I was sure the basement area had open containers of cleaning chemicals that had caused a hallucination. I was also sure it was poor lighting that made him think he had seen a ghost. Sarah and I continued to work to get the body down. We rushed due to the fear and uneasiness we both felt. Sarah repositioned the ladder. I stepped back to adjust the spotlight on the body so I would have better lighting on the body. I was about 10 feet away from Sarah. As she reached the top of the ladder and began to cut the rope, I watched as the ladder was thrown out from under her, throwing her to the ground. It wasn't a gradual push on the ladder. Something had thrown the ladder out from under her with lots of force. However, we both saw nothing touch the ladder. Sarah landed on her arm and broke it in 3 places. She was not going to be able to help me now, and I could see in her face she was paralyzed with fear. So I told her to go to James and have him bandage her arm and prepare to head to the hospital. I explained I would take the body down myself, then come out and get James or the officers when I needed help getting the body upstairs. I now knew something was not right in that home. What I saw was no hallucination. I was panicked, but tried to keep myself together, and quickly got to work so we could all get the hell out of there. I attempted to reset the ladder. This time, instead of going up behind the body, I wanted to see it face to face. So if something was going to happen, I wanted to be able to see it coming. But when I got to the top of the ladder and face to face with that young man, I was paralyzed with fear. I was frozen, only able to stare at his face, waiting for him to say something or open his eyes. I've never been so scared in my entire life. I had made up my mind to leave. Before I could get down, the young man's face turned to me and opened its eyes. He stared deep into my eyes and said, "Get out." I fell back, but somehow landed on my feet. I could feel something gripping my throat as I ran out. As soon as I got outside, the thing around my neck and mouth released. My paramedic crew and both officers waited on the lawn, eager to learn what I had experienced. We all shared our experiences. All of us were paralyzed with fear. The police radioed in their report. They were given strict orders to tape off the residence. Then the police stated that the house would be on watch for 24 hours until a special unit could arrive. That is all the information we were given. Didn't matter to me. I was just happy to get the hell out of there.
Investigation number 1. Lafayette House. Your radio on?
Yes.
Try again.
Yes. Hello?
Okay, you got it now. This is Agent SV47 and Agent XO33. It is 1:04 a.m. We're outside the Lafayette residence.
You told the police the deal, right?
Yes, they know not to cross the tape.
No one crosses the tape.
Correct. No one crosses the tape. Let's get ready to enter.
Right.
Okay, so let's go over the plan. Based on the police report, this is an entity that has taken over a human body, a Class 3 paranormal activity.
Right. So we're not dealing with a ghost, but a combination of an entity taking over a human body, using it as a vehicle.
I love these investigations.
So our plan is to communicate with it. Find out what it wants. Either try to resolve the reason it's here, or ask it to leave.
Yes, but if it becomes hostile, the plan is always the same. Destroy the body and get the hell out before it tries to possess one of us.
Right. Destroy the body and evacuate immediately.
Based on the report, the entity didn't have much strength, so I'm hoping it won't have any strength to possess us.
It's been over 24 hours, and they say the house lost electricity. So most likely it's gotten a lot of energy from that. I wouldn't take any chances. This thing could be at full strength. Highly dangerous. If one of us gets possessed, it's not going to be a happy ending.
We have 2 electricity blasts, so we got 2 chances to get it right. You remember those from training, right?
Yeah, they only knocked me out for 5 minutes.
That entity gets inside you, I throw my blast. If that entity gets inside me, you need to throw your blast. That will knock out our electric pulse and knock that thing off us for only a very short time. So you throw that blast and get the other person out fast.
Keep your flares close at hand because it's going to knock out all our electrical equipment.
Right, let's get our blast shields down and go get some ghosts.
Let's go.
Sergeant, this is Agent SV47.
SV47.
We are entering now. You have your orders, sir. Do not let anyone or anything cross the tape line.
Yes, sir.
And you kill anything human or creature that comes from this home besides me and Agent XO33. Over.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
This is Agent SV47 and Agent XO33. It is now 1:10 a.m. We have entered the Lafayette residence. We're on the first floor making our way to the basement.
Jeez, this place smells. Too bad this blast shield doesn't keep out smell too.
It's pretty bad. That's not just the smell of a rotting body. That's a whole other paranormal smell.
What is it?
I don't know. Keep your gun up. This thing could charge at any moment. Let's get to the basement.
The basement door is off the kitchen. I see the kitchen door over there.
It's gonna suck if we lose these spotlights. The dark here is so thick it's gonna be hell getting out of here with flares.
Here's the door.
Go ahead, open it. I'll cover you.
It's all clear.
I don't know, we should check the rest of the house. It could have moved, and if we get trapped down there, we're gonna be screwed.
It's down there. I feel it.
1:13 a.m. This is SV47 and Agent XO33 entering the basement of Lafayette House. Let me go first. You cover me. If that thing charges, we blast it and get the hell out.
Got it. I will cover you.
Okay, reaching the basement level. Everything clear. God, the darkness down here is so blinding. It's like a thick fog. XO, stop.
What is it?
Stay clear. I have visual.
I'm coming down to cover you. If this thing charges, I want to see it.
Proceed with caution. I have visual. The body is here in front of me.
I have visual too.
Keep your gun on him. If he gets free from that rope and charges, we blast.
This is Agent XO33 with Agent SV47. It is 1:15 a.m.
Get out.
We are in the basement and now have contact with the entity. We're going to try and communicate.
This thing is at full strength. Back up and keep the stairway exit clear.
Get out.
Attach your electric blast to the gun.
Copy that.
This is my body. You cannot have it. I will carry you both to hell.
We have visual contact with the entity. Now he's pulling himself up the rope. XO33, go ahead with communication. I have you covered.
We do not want to hurt you.
You can die.
We are here to help, but we are also here to protect ourselves and the people in this territory. If you do not cooperate or...
That's not a pretty face. You are not able to possess this human body, and we ask you to leave it.
We want to help you, but you are not cooperating. What is it you want with this body?
I want to possess you. All of you.
Cover me, SV. He's coming down.
You destroy the body you are trying to take possession of if you break that rope and come down.
Back up. It's coming down.
Okay, get aim. He's going to charge.
We are coming for you all.
I'm having trouble breathing.
He's going to
SV.
charge. Back up. Back up. Take cover, XO. Take cover, XO. Evacuate now. XO, take cover. Oh, crap. XO, where are you? I'm coming back down for you. XO, I have visual of you. Speak to me. XO, turn around and speak to me.
SV. I can't move.
She's mine now, and I will take her back to hell with me.
You've got to keep fighting, XO, just like you were trained to do.
Help me, SV. Help me.
This is going to hurt for a second. I'm going to throw my electricity blast. Ah, damn, that hurts. Help me! Up we go, XO. I've got you. We're getting the hell out of here now. Come on. We're getting the hell out of here.
Let me out the door!
He can't possess me. What's outside the door? Help me! Help me! Come on. Almost out.
You may not take her past the threshold.
Let go of the wall, XO. Just a few more feet. Let go.
She is gone.
You don't seem to have full possession. Look what's in her hand. If I can't carry you out, then I'll blast us out.
My head is pounding.
Sergeant,
This is Sergeant Rose. Go ahead.
get your paramedic team in here and get Agent XO to the hospital immediately.
Copy. They're on their way now.
Make it clear they are to get her and leave, and not go anywhere near the home. XO, help is coming. Smart thinking getting your electricity bomb before all hell broke loose.
That was fun. When can we do it again?
Go ahead, man. That spirit is trapped inside of the house. Don't worry, but let's get her to the hospital immediately. She has a mild concussion. Don't go anywhere near the front of that door. It has to be sealed off. Hey, don't go anywhere near that door. This is Agent SV47 with a conclusion statement for Lafayette House. Based on the police and paramedic reports, we classified this paranormal activity as a Class 3. Class 3 being a spirit entity combination. Based on our classification system, Class 1 being a human spirit, such as a ghost, Class 2 being an entity having its own energy with no human connection, such as a poltergeist. Class 3 being a spirit entity combination, which is what we have at Lafayette House. This is where the entity tries to take possession of a human or creature body in order to spread its territory. Class 3 usually form in the home, taking the home as its territory and gaining energy from the home. Once strong enough, the entity combines with a human spirit, then removes the human spirit using the body as a vehicle to expand its territory, possibly to other humans. We're not sure yet. Class 4 is the spirit energy of an animal and human being, along with an entity energy, such as werewolves and vampires. The classification system is still being developed, and we do not have all the answers, but this seems to be the best summary of paranormal activity. Agent XO33 had labeled this paranormal energy as a Class 3, human spirit entity combination from the beginning. Although we classified it correctly, we underestimated how much strength it had gained from the home. We entered the home immediately noticing classic signs of an entity such as thick darkness in the home and an awful smell, and no electricity. We located the entity-human combination in the basement level of Lafayette House. We attempted to communicate with the entity. Unlike a human spirit that usually wants to resolve or will respect when someone asks them to leave, the entity energy almost always seems aggressive, and its only interest is taking over the territory. Needless to say, the entity refused our attempt at communication. Upon becoming aggressive, we were forced to destroy its human body vehicle. Immediately after destroying the human vehicle, it made the move to possess Agent XO33. While she was still able to use her training to fight off the attack, we both underestimated the strength of the spirit, and were not able to evacuate fast enough. Using my electricity blast, we were able to weaken the spirit, and I attempted to get both Agent XO33 and I out as soon as possible. As a side note, we need to make sure the Paranormal Weapons Department is able to develop an electricity blast that can knock out the entity energy without knocking out the human it is attached to. I was able to get Agent XO33 to the front door of Lafayette House. However, I was not able to get her through the front door, or threshold. It was at this time I was able to use XO33's electricity blast to blast off the entity and get us through the door. Once out, XO33 was taken to the hospital. The entity is contained in the home. With no human contact and no new electrical source, the entity will be trapped there, we hope. The Lafayette House has been sealed by the specialized paranormal construction crew. The home is on 24-hour surveillance watch and is now on the Restricted Paranormal Territory Registry map. At this point, we need to know how to destroy these entities. Having sealed up homes is only a very temporary solution. As far as I'm concerned, they are still a huge threat, like a ticking time bomb. Any person or animal exposed to the entity inside will become possessed and will possibly spread the entity's territory and energy. This is the conclusion to Lafayette House. Agent XO33 has made a full recovery with no after effects from the paranormal entity energy. We await our next mission.
Investigation number 1, Lafayette House. Written by Eric Supervillain. Investigation Introduction by Dave Fontenot. Agent XO33 by Christina Supervillain. Agent SV47 and Sergeant Ross by Eric Supervillain. All music by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com. All sound effects from freesound.org. A full list of sound effects can be found with this YouTube video or on superhauntedstories.com.